in our culture, riots were breaking out really all over the nation at the time. There were some incidents that broke out in Mike Brown was murdered in St. Louis, and of course here in Memphis, Tennessee, it's already a racially divided city,
Mm.
and so some of that spilled over into our city. And one Friday night, a young black kid was shot by a white police officer on the front lawn of all places of our youth campus.
Oh my
Literally
goodness.
Saturday morning, I get up and I roll up, and all I see is yellow tape at the front lawn of the youth campus. And many of our students knew this young man, and so they were looking for answers. They were looking for like, what do we do? Um, and we really recognized that there were other organizations that were really trying to create a response. They were trying to get those young people to join some other organizations and to riot during those times. And we recognize that a riot is a response. Martin Luther King said that it is a response. It's a response of the unheard. But we recognize that there needed to be another response, and we begin to challenge our students that the gospel is a response.
Mm.
Prayer is a response to those things that are in our city, and we begin to train them that whole year, that whole summer. I say on the power of prayer, on the power of sharing the gospel with your friends, and we committed that when we get back to school in the fall, we're gonna pray every single Wednesday. Now I know prayer at the pole is important, but our city was in trouble. We needed more than just one day of prayer. We needed to
Mm.
pray every single Wednesday, and we was like, look, we're gonna pray in every school that we're represented in. And it turns out the first day that we prayed was pray at the pole. And students come up and they say, "Yo," they were sharing with their friends, "Hey, we're gonna pray. Hey, we're gonna pray. We're gonna pray this Wednesday." And somehow the administrator got word of it, and they determined that, listen, if you guys are late, we're gonna suspend anybody that's late to class because this shouldn't be a distraction. And kids come tell me, and I'm like, "Yo, what are you guys gonna do? Like, we don't want anybody suspended." It's like, yeah, we praying. We just want to let you know that that's what's going on,
That's
and
awesome.
because they had a mission, right? And that's what I think was missing. They had a mission, and nothing stops a mission. The next day, over 400 something students show up to this prayer. Somebody takes out a phone. He probably should have been praying, but he takes out his phone and he records it, and this thing goes viral all over, and it's still being shared today at times on Instagram. And man, God put a crazy display of the gospel on display for the world to see that day. And our students are just they saw it that the power of prayer is a mission,
Mm.
and it just radically changed what youth ministry was going to be like for us from that point on.
So Jerrod, it's so exciting for me to see this happen in Memphis. You know, I've been to Memphis and through Memphis. I mean, it is a racially divided city, 200 active gangs, and the gospel is shining in the midst of it all. And God
Yeah,
is using you and other churches. You've united other churches. You're doing that in other cities. God, I believe God is raising up a movement of, riot starters, a righteous riot, as
yeah,
you say,
yeah,
that will pray and advance the gospel and build relationships and transform entire communities through the power of the gospel of Christ.